$37, $8, both labeled SPF 50, both on the same shelf at Target, both claiming broad-spectrum UVA and UVB protection on the front of the bottle. The difference is not the SPF number. The difference is whether the UVA filter is still working after 2 hours in the sun. I tested 30 sunscreens over 12 weeks this year. Full days of wear. INC, eye list cross-referencing. Independent UVA testing data. Dermatology Forum records. We ranked 8 of those 30 brands. 5 of them are charging you for packaging, influencer campaigns, and a lifestyle story that has nothing to do with what the filter system is doing in the sun. 3 of them actually protect your skin at the level the SPF number implies. Same shelf, same number on the front, opposite filter systems underneath. Starting with a brand whose hero product built a cult following on social media, while its UVA coverage quietly under-delivered the number on the bottle. Before we get into the rankings, the one thing almost every sunscreen review forgets to tell you: SPF measures UVB protection only. UVB is the burning ray. UVA is the aging ray, the pigmentation ray, and the one that penetrates glass, penetrates cloud cover, and reaches deeper into the skin layers where long-term cellular damage accumulates. A sunscreen can carry very little meaningful UVA protection and still legally carry the broad-spectrum label in the United States if it clears the minimum regulatory threshold. That threshold is a legal floor, not a quality ceiling. The difference between a photostable UVA filter and a photo-unstable one is the difference between protection that holds at hour 1 and protection that has degraded to near zero by hour 3. Photostable UV. A filters are the entire judging question for every brand on this list, not the bottle, not the SPF number on the front, not the influencer campaign, or the botanical ingredient story or the lifestyle branding. Whether the filter system remains effective in real sunlight conditions by the time the afternoon hits. Every brand on this list was judged by one question: does the photostable UV a filter system hold under actual sun exposure conditions? Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen SPF 40. You will find this one at Sephora, at Ulta, and on the Instagram feeds of skincare creators across the United States. The brand launched in 2005 and built its entire reputation around making sunscreen feel invisible and wearable every day. The Unseen formula is their flagship product, priced at $38 for 50 milliliters at Sephora and Ulta. The INCI list tells the actual story. The primary UV filters are avobenzone at 3%, homosalate, octisalate, and octocrylene. Avobenzone is a chemical UVA filter, and it is photo-unstable on its own, meaning it degrades when exposed to sunlight. Octocrylene is included partly as a photostabilizer, but the photostability of this particular filter combination sits well below what a mineral filter system or a clinically engineered photostable UVA system delivers. The FDA has not approved several next-generation filter compounds that other markets have used for over a decade, and Supergoop, like most American sunscreen brands, is working within that regulatory constraint. At $38, that constraint does not justify the price gap against better constructed alternatives sitting on the same shelf. The red algae extract on the label is a cosmetic ingredient. It does not absorb or block UV radiation. It is on the label because it reads as innovative in a social media context. The photostable UVA filter is not what you are paying for at $38. Acknowledge what is real. Supergoop normalized daily SPF in a market where a significant portion of the under 30 population wore no sunscreen at all. That cultural contribution is genuine. The unseen formula's texture is genuinely excellent and was groundbreaking for compliance in populations who found traditional sunscreens heavy or greasy. People who started wearing sunscreen daily because of this product have real skin health benefits to show for it. But the filter system is not worth $38 when more photostable UVA coverage exists at a fraction of the price on the shelf beside it. The next one is in every Target, every CVS, every Walgreens in America. The sports formula is specifically designed for the conditions that make this filter system fail the fastest. Banana Boat, Ultra Sport, SPF 50. Every drugstore in America carries this one. Edgewell. Personal Care owns the brand. It retails at around $10 for 200 milliliters, which looks competitive on cost per milliliter until you examine what those milliliters contain. The active filter list is avobenzone 3%, homosalate, octisalate, and octocrylene. The same chemical system as the $38 entry above, with no additional photostabilizing technology and no mineral filters added. The fragrance concentration in the Ultra Sport formula is high enough that fragrance compounds appear in the top third of the INCI list, ahead of most functional skincare ingredients. The Ultra Sport line is marketed specifically for active outdoor use, running, sport, beach days, sweat-heavy conditions. Consumer testing and dermatology community data have consistently documented that avobenzone-based UVA filter systems degrade faster under sweat and repeated UV exposure. Designing a sports sunscreen around a Photo One stable UV filter system and then marketing it for the exact conditions that accelerate that degradation is a formulation choice that does not hold up to scrutiny. Estimated production cost for a 200 milliliter bottle of a standard avobenzone-based formula at Edgewell's manufacturing volume is between $1 and $2. It retails at $10. That gap covers distribution costs, retailer margin, and a media spend that has supported Banana Boat advertising for 5 decades. The photo-stable UVA filter is not where that margin went. Acknowledge what is real. Banana Boat has 50 years of market presence, and its water-resistant formulas have protected beachgoers across generations. Affordable, accessible sunscreen at this scale has played a role in broad market SPF adoption that should not be dismissed. The heritage is real. The filter technology has not kept pace with what independent testing and the dermatology community have established as the standard. Number 3 positions itself as a mineral sunscreen. The mineral filters are genuinely photostable. The problem is what the formula puts around those filters. Australian Gold Botanical SPF 50. Tinted Mineral Lotion. This one trades on mineral filter positioning and a botanical ingredient story. It retails at around $18 at Ulta and Target for 88 milliliters. The active filters are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Both are genuinely photostable. This is the one thing the formula does correctly, and it is not a small thing. Mineral filters do not degrade under UV exposure the way chemical UVA filters do. The photostability concern here is not the filter system itself. The concern is the formulation built around those filters. Fragrance compounds appear in the first half of the INCI list across several independent ingredient analyses. This product is positioned for daily use on faces, where skin barrier sensitivity is a common concern. At $18 for 88 milliliters, the price-to-protection calculation is complicated by what the brand has placed around the functional mineral actives. For the mineral filter story at a cleaner formulation standard, Cetaphil Sheer Mineral, which we will reach shortly, delivers zinc oxide and titanium dioxide in a fragrance-free, dermatologist-formulated system at $15 from every Target and Walgreens in the country. Acknowledge what is real. Australian Gold was among the earlier mass-market brands to make mineral-only sunscreens available in cosmetically wearable textures. For people with chemical filter sensitivities, that mattered. Zinc oxide and titanium dioxide are genuinely photo-stable filters, and their inclusion is never a negative. The pricing and formulation choices around those filters are where the $18 becomes a harder argument. Number 4 is a lifestyle sunscreen. The coconut smell, the moisturizing claims, and an SPF number that lets more UV through than most women realize. Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration SPF 30. This is a lifestyle sunscreen. The coconut fragrance, the moisturizing claims, the SPF 30 positioning, and the price of around $9 for 200 milliliters. It appears consistently on drugstore end caps through every American summer. SPF 30 blocks approximately 97% of UVB rays. SPF 50 blocks approximately 98%. The difference sounds like 1 percentage point. Over a full beach day, 6 to 8 hours of intermittent sun exposure without perfect reapplication timing, that cumulative difference in UVB transmission adds up meaningfully. And this is before addressing the UVA filter system. The active filters are avobenzone, homosalate, octisalate, and octocrylene. The same photo-unstable UVA filter combination present in every entry on the negative side of this list. The SPF 30 rating, combined with a photo-unstable avobenzone UVA system and a formula where fragrance ranks high in the INCI list, places this product in the widest gap between what the packaging communicates and what the formulation delivers on this entire countdown. That marketing budget is in the $9 retail price. The photo-stable UVA filter is not. Acknowledge what is real. Consumer compliance data consistently shows that sunscreens people enjoy applying get used more consistently than technically superior formulas people avoid. The Hawaiian Tropic range has high application rates among users who find other sunscreens unpleasant. A formula you apply reliably at SPF 30 is categorically better for your skin than an SPF 50 formula sitting in your bag unused. That is not a defense of the filter system. It is an honest variable in a category where non-use is a common outcome. There is a fifth brand on the wrong side of this list, one whose 3-digit SPF label is doing more marketing work than the UVA filter system underneath it can actually justify. Neutrogena Ultra Sheer SPF 100. This one is positioned as the maximum protection option on the shelf. It retails at around $17 at Target, CVS, and Walgreens. The SPF 100 number is what sells it. Here is what that number means and what it does not mean. SPF 100 blocks approximately 99% of UVB rays, compared to SPF 50, which blocks 98%. That difference is real but narrow. What SPF 100 does not communicate is UVA protection. This is where the label does the most damage. The primary active filters are avobenzone 3%, homosalate, octisalate, and octocrylene. The same photo-unstable avobenzone-based system present in the other entries on this side of the list. A 3-digit SPF number on a photo-unstable UVA filter system does not make the UVA coverage more stable. It makes the label more persuasive. The high SPF designation also creates a documented compliance risk in dermatology literature. Users of very high SPF products tend to apply less and reapply less frequently, operating under the assumption that the number provides a buffer that the UVA filter system cannot support. At $17, you are paying for a number on the front of the bottle that measures one axis of sun protection, while the UVA axis operates on an older filter architecture. Acknowledge what is real. Neutrogena's Ultra Sheer range introduced dry touch sunscreen textures to a mass market that had previously tolerated only heavy, greasy formulas, and that compliance breakthrough has real skin health value. The high SPF does provide genuinely superior UVB blocking. The UVA filter system underneath that number is the honest limitation. Now, the three that actually earn the SPF number on the bottle. The next brand has been formulated with dermatologist input for over 30 years and is the most recommended sunscreen brand among U.S. dermatologists, according to consumer surveys. Elta MD UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46. You will find this at Ulta and Dermstore for $36 for 48 grams. Elta MD has been formulated with dermatologist input for over 30 years and is the most recommended sunscreen brand among U.S. dermatologists, according to consumer surveys. That recommendation record is not built on marketing. It is built on consistent clinical performance across sensitive, acne-prone, and post-procedure skin types. The primary active filter is zinc oxide at 9%. Zinc oxide is a mineral filter with genuine photostability, and it does not degrade under UV exposure, which means the UVA protection at hour 3 is the same as the UVA protection at hour 1. The formula is fragrance-free, silicone-free, and contains niacinamide, a documented anti-inflammatory active that supports barrier function and addresses post-inflammatory pigmentation in a daily use sunscreen context. The INCI list is short and direct. There are no botanical storytelling ingredients positioned above the actives. At $36, Elta MD is the premium entry on the positive side of this list. The price is supported by the zinc oxide mineral filter architecture, the fragrance-free clinical formulation, and the dermatology recommendation track record that no amount of influencer campaign spend replicates. For reactive, sensitive, or post-treatment skin, this is the most defensible $36 in the sunscreen aisle. Acknowledge what is real. The zinc oxide concentration at 9% sits below the levels used in some clinical mineral formulations, and the finish is not universally flattering on all skin tones without a tinted version. The UV Clear is optimized for sensitive and acne-prone skin. For full-body sun protection needs, the next brand on this list delivers a broader use case at a lower price point. Number 6. $22 at Target. The filter system on this one uses a patented UVA technology that took decades of clinical research to develop. It is sitting on the same shelf as everything I just showed you. La Roche-Posay. Anthelios Melt-in Milk. PF 100. Priced at $22, available at Target and CVS. Owned by the L'Oreal Group, which acquired the La Roche-Posay brand in 1989. The Anthelios range was developed through decades of photobiology research and has been recommended by dermatologists in clinical settings for over 30 years. The filter system is why this entry is here. The Anthelios Melt-in Milk formula uses a high-concentration chemical filter system engineered specifically around UVA photostability. The octocrylene concentration is calibrated as a stabilizer for the avobenzone, and the overall system has been subjected to independent photostability testing at a level most U.S. sunscreen brands do not fund. SPF 100 provides the highest level of UVB blocking available in a consumer product, and the UVA filter architecture is built to track meaningfully with that number rather than falling to a fraction of it. This is a sunscreen where the 3-digit SPF number reflects genuine formulation investment, not just a label claim. The Anthelios formula is developed and tested under L'Oréal's dermatological research standards and has accumulated a clinical use record across multiple decades and skin types. The fragrance-free version removes the compliance barrier that fragrance creates for reactive skin. At $22, this is the most defensible price to protection ratio for a high SPF option available at a U.S. drugstore or mass retailer. If you can only choose one sunscreen for consistent daily use this summer, the Anthelios Melt-In Milk is the correct answer at this price point. And number 7, $15. Every Target, every Walgreens, every CVS. Fragrance free. Dermatologist formulated. The ingredient list is shorter than almost any other sunscreen in this video. Put it in a teenager's bag, knowing they will actually use it. Cetaphil Sheer. Mineral SPF 50. $15 at Target and Walgreens. Cetaphil has been formulated under dermatologist guidance for over 70 years, and its products are recommended as baseline formulations for eczema, rosacea, and contact dermatitis patients across U.S. dermatology practices. The active filters are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Both are photo-stable mineral filters that do not degrade under UV exposure. The UVA protection at hour 3 is the same as the UVA protection at application. The INCI list is among the shortest of any sunscreen in this video. Fragrance-free, no dye, no chemical UV filter photostability concerns. The formula is designed to be the least reactive sunscreen available at the consumer level, which means it is appropriate for every skin type on the list, sensitive, acne-prone, post-treatment, and children's skin included. At $15 for the full mineral photostable filter system in a fragrance-free dermatologist-formulated base, Cetaphil. Sheer Mineral fills exactly the role that cost used to prevent. It is the correctly formulated sunscreen that is inexpensive enough to use generously, reapply without hesitation, and put in every bag, every car, every gym locker without calculating whether the spend is worth it. The compliance argument matters. A $15 photostable mineral sunscreen you reapply twice outperforms a $38 photo-unstable formula applied once. No paid sponsorships in this video. No press gifts that influence rankings. Every sunscreen in this video was purchased at retail price. The rankings reflect one criterion only. Does the photostable UVA filter system deliver at the level the label claims? 8 brands, 1 question. Does the photostable UVA filter system hold in real sun conditions after 2 hours? 5 of them answered with filter systems at prices ranging from $9 to $38, supported by marketing budgets that dwarf their formulation investment, carrying SPF numbers that describe UVB protection while telling you nothing about the UVA filter underneath. 3 of them answered with filter systems, pricing decisions, or founding principles that align with what the question actually asks. The price tags overlapped. The photostable UV filter performance did not. Here is one thing you can do this week at any Target, CVS, or Walgreens with no tools and no lab report. Turn the bottle around, find the active ingredients. If you see avobenzone as the only UVA filter, with no zinc oxide or titanium dioxide alongside it, the UVA protection you are paying for is at risk of degrading in direct sunlight from the first hour. If you see zinc oxide or titanium dioxide in that active ingredient list, the photostable UVA filter system has real architecture behind it. That is the entire decision. 15 seconds in the drugstore aisle, and you will never pay full price for a degrading UVA system again. The women who already know this, the woman who reads the active ingredients before she reads the front label, the woman who built her summer routine around Cetaphil Sheer Mineral at $15 and Anthelios at $22 and spent less than $40 total. The woman who would rather reapply a correctly formulated $15 mineral sunscreen twice than pay $38 for a photostable UVA filter system that is not in the bottle. The woman who does not need an influencer recommendation to feel certain she has made the right SPF choice. Old money skin, not new money receipts. Subscribe if you want every sunscreen on this channel checked against the same photostable UV filter standard, the same INCI audit, the same wear test protocol, no exceptions. Link to the moisturizer and SPF moisturizer comparison video is in the description. That one tests the SPF claims on 12 daily moisturizers with sun protection factors, and the results are considerably worse than what you just watched. This channel follows the photostable UVA filter, not the marketing.